Archangel Michael conveys, the stillness surrounding you this evening bears a significance that remains beyond your grasp. An intangible presence lingers nearby, not threatening in a physical sense, but embodying knowledge that could dismantle the carefully constructed aspects of your existence. The woman in proximity harbors a secret, and should she speak, the equilibrium of your reality could be altered in an instant. Her eyes, having already revealed the weight she bears, contrast with her outward calm demeanor. The unspoken truth smolders within her, and it is only a matter of time before she reveals what has been hidden. Thus, it is imperative to prepare yourself, for when that moment arises, your spirit will face scrutiny. The atmosphere grows thick with unexpressed tension, leaving a profound silence in the wake of her movements, beneath which lies the awareness that could disturb your tranquility. You are not destined to fear. Instead, you must remain vigilant, for divine guidance reveals forthcoming challenges before they manifest. Do not overlook the subtle signs displayed by her presence, be it her avoidance of your gaze or the slight tremor in her voice. Each detail serves as a harbinger. Her secret possesses considerable influence, yet heaven is equipping you to endure it. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 333 Archangel Michael asserts, there are instances when truths come to light not to ruin you but to test your resolve. This is one such moment, and your preparedness will determine how this revelation impacts your future. While the words may feel scalding, they will not consume you. The woman is close enough to touch, yet distant enough to inflict harm from the shadows of silence. The truth she holds was never intended to be a weapon, however, fear, jealousy, or external pressures have allowed it to reside in her possession. Ultimately, the truth will either liberate or further bind you, contingent on your response. Heaven whispers that this revelation transcends mere information. It signifies a pivotal junction connected to your journey, your blessings, and your relationships. This is why the environment feels electrified, as if the world itself is pausing. As the moment approaches, her spirit grows increasingly restless. Be prepared for potential abrupt shifts in her demeanor. The knowledge she carries cannot remain concealed indefinitely. When it surfaces, it will do so with great force. Type Amen to receive a blessing. For 44 the truth has been circling you longer than you might suspect. Others may have sensed fragments of it, hints in conversations, shadows in gestures, but it is she who bears the full weight. She understands the ramifications once her truth is unleashed. Do not mistake her silence for loyalty. Silence can often be a means of survival, and she has kept this secret not out of affection but due to fears about timing. That anxiety is diminishing, and soon courage or recklessness will propel her to act. Therefore, God prepares you now to stand firm and unyielding. Your future has already been inscribed with resilience, and no admission or betrayal can seize what is rightfully yours. The forthcoming revelation may sting, yet it will not shatter you. It's paramount to maintain strength even as challenges assail you. Secrets, once exposed, often lose their potency. The true test lies in whether you allow them to define you or refine you. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 555 Archangel Michael advises, exercise caution regarding the dynamics around you, for appearances can be deceiving. Her smile may remain, her laughter may resound, but beneath it broods a tempest she struggles to control. When the tempest unleashes, its fury will be formidable. Her secret simmers like fire bottled in a glass jar, flaring and expanding until it inevitably breaks free. As the truth inches closer to emergence, her instability grows, serving as your cue that the moment is imminent. What she holds could tarnish reputations, fracture bonds, or disrupt the peace of your home. This is not a herald of despair, but rather a call to awareness because foreknowledge grants you power. What was intended to catch you off guard will no longer do so now that you are on alert. Move with sagacity, not fear. When her words finally come forth, they will strike swiftly, akin to an arrow released from its bow. Yet, your spirit will already be fortified by divine protection. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 666 The secret she harbors was never meant for prolonged concealment. Its burden is distorting her heart, and you will soon observe fissures forming in her composure. She cannot sustain it much longer, indicating that the moment of revelation is drawing near. The peril of this secret lies not solely in its content, but in its timing, set to emerge when it may do the most harm. Thus, you must remain steadfast. This revelation could fracture trust and ravage delicate ties. However, heed this: God exposes to liberate, not to shatter. What is veiled will come into the light to facilitate freedom. Shadows maintain their hold only while unseen. She may believe her secret possesses the power to devastate, yet she is mistaken. For every secret employed against you, heaven repurposes as a stepping stone towards your elevation. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 777 Archangel Michael remarks, the atmosphere around you is palpably charged, akin to the tranquility preceding a storm. While you may not perceive it entirely, the spiritual realm is already aware of the weight of what approaches. The woman near you is nearing a point where the truth she conceals can no longer be contained. This is not trivial information but a significant secret with profound implications for your destiny. Its unveiling has the potential to unsettle your foundations, should you be unprepared. Nevertheless, it can also free you from illusions that you were previously unaware of. This is the reason you have been chosen to receive this warning at this moment. There are times when silence may seem more secure than speaking out, yet silence is never perpetual. Her silence has been gradually unraveling, and soon the fissures will break open. When this occurs, the ensuing revelation will resonate more profoundly than anything you have recently encountered. It is imperative to brace yourself because higher powers do not disclose dangers without equipping you with defenses. Your heart will remain safeguarded, even as your world shakes. Upon realizing this, your fear will lose its hold on you. Type Amen to receive blessing 111. Her eyes convey more truth than her words are willing to convey. If you observe closely, you will notice the hesitation, guilt, and an unexpressed burden that she cannot hide indefinitely. She is conflicted between guarding herself and unveiling what she knows. This tension you sense when she is near you is not mere paranoia, it is discernment. Your spirit is already attuned to the brewing storm kept silent. The secret she harbors pertains not only to her but is intricately linked to you. Your tranquility, your identity, your blessings, and even your relationships are overshadowed by this revelation. This urgency drives why the divine speaks so assertively. You are not powerless in this situation. Although her words may hurt and her truths may shock, you will not be left defenseless. The divine has already imbued you with the strength to withstand what she fears to articulate. Type Amen to receive blessing 222. Archangel Michael warns, be wary of the sudden shift in energy, for when truth approaches, individuals change. Their tone becomes uncertain, their movements restless, and their spirits can no longer reflect the calmness they once held. This will alert you that the moment has arrived. She will be unable to conceal the truth for much longer. No pretense, no laughter, nor distraction can hide her from the weight of the burden she bears. It is said that what is concealed must be revealed, and she is approaching her breaking point. The fear you experience when contemplating this revelation is not meant to overwhelm you, rather, it is intended to awaken you. A prepared soul cannot be shattered by unexpected truths. You will perceive the secret for what it is, not a weapon but an insight aimed at propelling you forward. Do not mistake destruction for redirection. What may seem like a loss could very well signify liberation. What feels like betrayal may actually unveil truths that protect you from greater harm. Type Amen to receive blessing 333. Her secret is multifaceted. It affects various aspects of your life. This is not a trivial matter that can be dismissed. It holds the potential to create waves across relationships, trust, and future opportunities. Therefore, it must be approached with discernment. You may sense that someone close to you has been silently rehearsing a narrative. This assumption is valid, as she has mentally prepared numerous ways to disclose what she knows. However, regardless of how she presents it, the impact remains unchanged. What she carries is akin to a searing ember in her chest. Each day she conceals it, it intensifies, threatening to consume her if it remains unexpressed. Ultimately, she will be compelled to release it. When she does, the truth will resonate, producing consequences that extend far beyond her control. Yet, remember, the divine has already woven your survival into this narrative. Type Amen to receive blessing 444. Her silence is not an act of loyalty, it is rooted in fear. She understands that once the secret is articulated, there will be no reverting to the previous state. This is the source of her hesitation. She bears the weight of the truth yet trembles beneath it. Each smile she offers, each act of pretense, serves as a facade. Below, she is haunted by her knowledge. This burden is not yours to carry, it belongs to her. However, it will undoubtedly affect you when it finally comes to light. The peril does not lie within the secret itself but rather in the manner of its revelation. If divulged impulsively, it may inflict deep wounds. If disclosed with intention, it could disrupt everything you hold dear. Nonetheless, the divine will not let it lead to your destruction. This is why the divine sends foresight in advance, to prepare you, to strengthen you, and to maintain your composure when the moment arrives. Type Amen to receive blessing 555. Archangel Michael states, your strength lies not in evading the truth, but in confronting it with divine assurance. You are not the one tasked with carrying it, she is. Yet you must be prepared to rise when it is uncovered. Whispers will precede the outcry. Pay close attention, for you may observe her withdrawing, dodging inquiries, or faltering in her explanations. These are indications that she is nearing the breaking point. Do not despair when the initial fragment of her truth slips out. It will sting, but it is merely a precursor to what lies ahead. The full extent of the truth will be revealed only when she can no longer withstand the pressure. When that moment arrives, you will already be fortified. The divine does not permit you to enter a storm without provision for shelter. Express Amen to receive blessings. The number 666 symbolizes her being cornered by her knowledge. Her silence is becoming increasingly difficult to bear, and soon, the fear of holding on to this secret will outweigh her fear of revealing it. This pivotal moment is what prepare you for. The truth, much like thunder, is not subtle, it arrives with a force that demands attention. When she finally speaks out, her words will resonate in a manner that is impossible to ignore. Yet, this thunder will also dispel the clouds, replacing confusion with clarity. Secrets thrive in darkness, but light dispels shadows. What she believes will harm you may ultimately expose the vulnerabilities of those who oppose you. Her revelation could serve as a divine instrument for justice on your behalf. Thus, remain steadfast and witness how the divine transforms what was intended to bring you down into a source of elevation. Type Amen to receive blessings. The number 777 signifies that her secret is more than a mere whisper, it is a fervent blaze longing for air. Once she verbalizes it, the flames will spread, reaching unexpected territories. Your spirit's restlessness has been a preliminary indication of the danger that lies ahead. She is caught in a tug-of-war between the fear of potential consequences from telling the truth and the unbearable weight of keeping it confined. This internal struggle is wearing her down and will eventually compel her towards a decision. When that time comes, the equilibrium surrounding you will be altered. You are not being prepared without reason, divine warnings are never without purpose. The secret she bears possesses power, just as your resilience can withstand the aftermath. When everything settles, you will realize that nothing concealed can undermine what the divine has ordained for you. Type Amen to receive blessings. The number 888 reveals that Archangel Michael advises, your discernment is your strength in this critical time. Observe her hesitations, her restless movements, and her difficulty in maintaining eye contact. These clues are not mere coincidences, they are significant indicators. The truth is pressing against her like relentless waves against a fragile barrier. No wall, regardless of its strength, can withstand an overwhelming storm indefinitely. She is approaching that breaking point now. However, the truth's revelation is not intended to harm you but to illuminate what has been hidden in darkness. When the light shines upon it, deception loses its power, what was once threatening becomes transparent. Remember, sometimes what appears as destruction is merely a guise for liberation. What feels like an ending often signals the commencement of something far greater. Type Amen to receive blessings. The number 999 illustrates that her secret envelopes a tapestry of history, choices, and consequences that extend beyond her alone. It affects your connections, relationships, and the opportunities intertwined with your future. This intricate connection is why it seems so burdensome. She may believe that by withholding it, she is safeguarding herself. Yet, silence serves as her prison, and she is ensnared within it. Once this cage breaks, she will speak, and her words will resonate far beyond her initial intentions. In this moment, it is critical for you to remain steady. The ripple effect will not consume you, it will serve to test your strength. Ultimately, those who endure the storm find themselves elevated once the winds settle. The discomfort of facing the truth may sting, but such sharpness also eliminates long-standing lies. Type Amen to receive blessings. The number 1111 signifies that her secret, now a seed germinating in darkness, has taken root in silence, and the ground is beginning to shake. The longer she attempts to suppress it, the more forcefully it threatens to break through. This predicament explains the tension you sense in her presence. She is aware that the truth cannot remain concealed for much longer, and this awareness is causing her to lose her composure. Once it finally emerges, you will recognize the fragility of the foundation built upon her silence. What you believe to be stable may disintegrate, yet this disintegration will pave the way for something sturdier to emerge. Your destiny is not reliant on her silence or her truths, it is bound to what the divine has already decreed for you. Type Amen to receive blessings. The number 1212 conveys that Archangel Michael states she has underestimated your resilience. She believes her secret has the power to break you, yet she does not realize the extent of your strength that surpasses her silence. When the truth is revealed, you will remain standing. Therefore, do not let her actions and eventual admission diminish your spirit. Stand firm, for you are not the one bearing guilt, you are the recipient of revelations. Her words may come unexpectedly, possibly laced with anger, desperation, or fear. Regardless of how it is communicated, the truth will fulfill its intended purpose. This purpose is not one of destruction, but rather transformation. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 1313, as the moment approaches, her restlessness will become more apparent. Her laughter may seem forced, conversations may feel hurried, and her gaze may appear to be searching for an escape. She is unraveling, and with each passing day, the truth presses more heavily upon her. This secret bears weight beyond mere facts, it intertwines emotions, betrayals, and consequences. It is a burden no one can shoulder indefinitely. Eventually, it will demand to be freed. Embrace that release. While it may cause initial pain, it will also remove the illusions that can be more perilous than the truth itself. The truth may cut, but once exposed to the light, it has the power to heal. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 1414, her silence serves both as a shield for herself and a potential weapon that could be deployed against you. This is why she has guarded it so vigilantly. However, divine forces will not allow her to retain it indefinitely. What has been whispered in darkness must inevitably be proclaimed in light, and that moment draws closer with each breath she takes. She may believe she controls its timing and manner of revelation, but even her words are subject to divine intervention. The secret will be unveiled at the appointed time, and this revelation will not ruin you. Instead, it will unveil your true self. What others intended as harm, heaven will transform into your elevation. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 15:15. Her secret trembles on the verge of her lips. In casual conversation, she wrestles with the urge to disclose it. However, her self-restraint is not limitless. Her silence is becoming increasingly fragile under pressure. She recognizes the immense power of what she carries, understanding it could change everything in an instant. This realization both terrifies and entices her. What she harbors is not merely a truth, it is akin to a storm. Such storms cannot remain contained within a quiet sky indefinitely. When they do break, their thunder will resonate in the most unexpected places. Your spirit is likely sensing this impending change. The discomfort you feel around her is not a figment of your imagination, it is preparation. Divine forces are heightening your awareness so that you will not be caught unprepared. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 16:16. Archangel Michael conveys that what is concealed in her heart will not stay hidden forever. You are meant to be prepared, not blindsided. This warning acts as your shield. Her secret impacts not only her life but yours as well, intertwining with your relationships, opportunities, and peace. This is why its forthcoming release feels so daunting. Yet, do not be afraid. A secret becomes hazardous only when it is unexpected. With this forewarning, you will face it with resilience. Her revelation may cause temporary discomfort, yet it will not bury you. Although it may sting, it cannot diminish the light promised along your path. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 17:17. She is in a state of spiritual unrest. The burden of her knowledge is too heavy for her to bear alone. Every movement she makes reveals the inner turmoil she is experiencing. She may avoid certain discussions with you or suddenly withdraw, signs that the secret is urging to be revealed. Do not interpret her distance as rejection, instead, recognize it as a confirmation of her preparations. Although she may not admit it, the truth will eventually surface. No amount of resistance will prevent the eruption, which will not be gentle. It will arrive like an unexpected, forceful wave. However, even waves eventually recede after crashing. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 18:18. The secret is laden with pain and fear. It comprises not just knowledge, but confession, revelation, and exposure, intricately woven together. This is why she quakes beneath its heaviness. Her greatest apprehension lies in your potential response, which has kept her silent. Yet fear is a transient state, it will ultimately yield to release. When the moment arrives, her silence will shatter like fragile glass. You may feel betrayed, but remember, betrayal constitutes only half the narrative, the other half entails exposure, the dismantling of shadows that have lingered too long. Once the secret is revealed, healing can commence. Do not conflate the wound with the weapon. The wound heals, but the weapon is relinquished forever. Type Amen to receive a blessing. 19/19. Archangel Michael asserts that this is not intended to destroy you, but to refine you. You are being forged through the very tension meant to break others. This hidden blessing is present in this moment. She believes her silence serves as protection for you. However, silence only prolongs the inevitable, making the revelation even more powerful upon arrival. Your peace will be challenged, but your faith will act as a shield. The same truth that could shatter another person will become the solid foundation upon which you stand taller. This is the whisper of heaven at this moment. Preparation alleviates the shock of unexpected events and empowers you to navigate what lies ahead. Type Amen to receive blessings in 2020. This secret has been held in silence for far too long. She has borne it through countless sleepless nights and restless days, and it now manifests as a shadow that trails her constantly. This shadow deepens in darkness with each passing day. She dreads the moment it will be revealed, fully aware that its emergence will alter everything irrevocably. However, secrets are not permanent. The truth always finds a way to surface. When her silence eventually breaks, the world around you may shudder, yet that quaking will only dislodge what was never intended to remain. You will endure. From the debris of this shattered silence, something far greater will emerge. Type Amen to receive your blessing, 2121. The burden of her secret is influencing her decisions, evident in the hesitations of her speech, the contradictions within her narratives, and the signs of anxiety in her demeanor. This behavior is not arbitrary, it signifies the decay of a secret festering in silence. Secrets undermine peace and erode the spirit of those who harbor them. This explains her unrest and inability to maintain composure for extended periods. Although you do not carry this burden, you have been chosen to confront it. When you do, you will not falter. Instead, you will ascend. The truth, which may initially seem adversarial, will ultimately become your ally, dismantling illusions and unveiling realities you were never meant to overlook. Type Amen to receive your blessing, 2222.